Here we are, the Racing Pals pre-season. Green flags are out, we're away. Good start for everyone. There's a bit of contact. Everyone seems to get through the first corner cleanly. Small gap as deep cut goes wide. Darker seizes the opportunity to go up the inside. Bongus goes across the last bit of the chicane. That opens up the gap for Bartleby, who tries round the outside of the last corner. They're neck and neck as they come across the timing line under the BMW bridge. Bartleby is ahead. Hello and welcome back to the Racing Pals GT3 Season 2 here on Assetto Corsa Competizione for Round 3 at Zandvoort, the Dutch GP. A couple of weeks out, we were at Barcelona, a very good, very tight race. In fact, up and down the grid. But there'll be more on that later. This is round 3 at Zandvoort. It was meant to be last week, however, Valentine's Day was last Sunday, so for the drivers who have other halves in their lives, so then we could make sure that they were able to spend time with their loved ones and to make sure we could keep the grid number up how we could. We decided to postpone until this week here, so today, the 21st of February 2021, is marking round 3 for the Racing Pals GT3 Season 2 here at Zandvoort. For new joiners to the stream, there is a 15-minute qualifying followed by a 1-hour endurance race. There is a mandatory pit stop for tyres. You must come in and change your tyres. Refueling is allowed, however we have seen some drivers do it on a 1 stint of fuel, some drivers even preferring a 2 stint of fuel. The weather is a variable system, there's ×2 time acceleration on the server as well, and the point scoring system is as follows. First place is 14 points, 11 for second, 9 for third, 7 for fourth, 6 for fifth, 5 for sixth, 4 for seventh, 3 for eighth, 2 for ninth, and 1 for 10th. Championship success ballast as well is in force in this series. We have 2 classes, Pro and AM, both with their own championship standings. One thing for new viewers to note, and for returning viewers as well to keep in mind, is the ballast system only applies for the Pro standings. The AM standings not being affected by ballast, so everyone has 0 ballast in the AM standings. There is also post-race stewarding. There is a few bits of post-race stewarding to go across later on in the introduction, in this bit that we're talking about now, where I'll just give a sort of update on the big stewarding decisions that had happened from last week at Barcelona. But without further ado, here is the points table. Joint first in the Pro Championship is Magash and Moreno. Both drivers will be on 50 kilograms of ballast. Following in third place, or, well, technically second, really, is Knappen on 18 points. Followed by Cook and Monticelli on 13. Ed Cassetta, the alien in the Skip Barber Series, also run by Racing Pals, is in 6th at 12 points, meaning he will not be getting any ballast in today's race. Ed has been picking up the speed very well in ACC over the past weeks, and he's now pushing up the front of the grid in practice times against Magash and Moreno, so it's definitely going to be a driver to look out for between the two. Further down the grid in 7th, we have Anderson at 9 points, Schoblam at 6 points in 8th, tied with Liggins. In 10th is Ushaisen at 5 points, Alacia and Bartoldu, both tied 11th at 4, Bingus McBungus in 13th at 3 points, Osman in 14th at 2 points, and tied 15th is Vigers, Bernick, and Greep all at 1 point, with Afbano and Clark tied 18th on no points. In the AM standings, leading the AM standings as it currently is Hutchins in first with 24 points, followed by Trainboy 2005 at 19. In third is Brad Hoover, in a groove, on the move, Brad Hoover at 18 points. Sorby in fourth at 16. Gottlieb at 14. Yusuf and Deep Cuts tied 6th place on 10 points. Treasure in 8th place with 9 points. Arnold in 9th with 7. Nolan in 10th with 5. Luxury in 11th with 4th. Rowe in 12th with 3. And Trifonov and Vangeloou tied 13th at 1 point, with Ultrainen, Winter and Long tied 15 with no points currently on the grid. So we're just currently in the practice session. We're getting a very nice look on start-finish straight, as there's not long left in the practice session. 3 minutes remaining. We're currently following along Jurek Greep. Last week at Barcelona, then we'll give a quick little recap of oh, I've lost my notes. Yes. So, the recap from Barcelona. Winning the race at Barcelona last 2 weeks ago, was Magash coming through in first, with Moreno in second, Cassetta in third, Knappen in fourth, Cook in fifth, sixth with Monticelli, seventh was Shoblam, eighth was Alasia, ninth was Bingus and Bongus, 10th was Osman, 11th was Liggins, 12th was Sorby, first in the AM, 13th overall was Bartoldu in the Pro class, followed by Vigers in 14th, 15th was Trainboy 2005, 16th was Anderson, 17th was Ushaisen, 18th was Yusuf coming through in third for the AM class. Also in AM 4th coming through at an overall 19th was Hutchins, followed by Arnold, Gottlieb, Hoover, Bernick, Luxury, Rowe, Treasure, Trifonov, Greep and Vangeloou. As well, the two separate championship standings, meaning that you are effectively running 2 races on the same track, while the drivers will obviously all want to fight regardless of class for track position overall. It's quite interesting to watch how drivers might be thinking of their championship overall. In a sense, it's very difficult to try and figure out. You obviously want to fight the guy in front, but you don't want to be stuck behind the guy. You don't want to be stuck behind the guy in front as well, especially if a championship rival is coming up. On the subject of championship rivals, here is Ed Cassetta, following Pierre Moreno as well, current tied leader along with Eve Magash. Ed Cassetta very close to the rear of the 2 drivers. It's definitely going to be one to watch in the fight. Cassetta only 17 points behind the tied leaders at race 3. That's not a very huge gap. Cook and Monticelli at 16 points behind the championship leaders in Pro, with Knappen 11 points. Things in the AM class are a lot closer as well. Trainboy 2005 only 5 points behind Hutchins in first. Trainboy 2005, I was actually speaking to him earlier today, and he's been very here we do see Trainboy 2005 in the pit lane. He was very interested in the math behind how he could get ahead at today's race. I think in the end we found out that he would have to win, and Hutchins, here he is in the number 15 Lexus. Hutchins would have to finish 4th or lower if Trainboy 2005 was to win the AM standings today. Definitely a tricky one for Trainboy 2005 to live up to, but he has been putting in the laps. Absolutely, Trainboy 2005 has been putting in the laps the past 2 weeks to get the practice in. I think in one day he put in around 100 laps. It might have been a bit more, might have been a bit less, but I think the figure was around 100. which obviously to put the practice in to get it 100 laps in, the improvement will be there after a while, as we have come to the end of free practice, so we will be on to qualifying. A grid of, I think, 28 drivers today, 30 confirmed, and I think 28, maybe more. So Zandvoort itself as a circuit, Zandvoort is quite an interesting circuit. It's quite tight with quite a few Decepticons, quite a good few attacking places as well. Hutchinson's just going through a set of corners that you can very much attack. Almost every corner really around Zandvoort is an attacking corner. We're also coming up to the final chicane. Very interesting corner. I found that when I race here, if you're with a battle, you want to defend the outside through the first part of this corner, so you can actually get the inside around the second, which is the better line to have. This is also reformed final corner Zandvoort as well, so there is no banked corner. Zandvoort having had a little banked corner at the end, but not as bad. Not as pronounced as it is nowadays with the return to F1 in the real world circuit. Oh, as we now move over to qualifying. I think that's Bingus McBongus coming out on track. That's Liggins out on track as well. There's I think that would have been Alacia there. His livery's still not working for me today, which is definitely something that I'll have to have a look at. We've over the 2 weeks we have been compressing the liveries as well to try and alleviate as much of the replay lag as we can. I'm gonna see if we can catch Ed Cassetta as he comes out on track here. Many cars heading out onto the circuit here. You can also see the new updated QP livery as well of Will Treasure going out on track. We're just waiting for Ed Cassetta to jump out on circuit. It looks like he's not going to, as there goes on to the Penguin Virtuosos cars. Well, number 22 machine. Which would be Milad Vigas. Let's see if we can grab current Tide Championship leader of Pierre Moreno here on his outlap. We're going to get the onboard for Pierre Moreno. And when he starts his flying lap, I will give a talk around the circuit itself. And he's now coming into sector 3. My phone's just shouted at me. Don't know why. So here comes Pierre Moreno through the Audi S box in Hummersund. Now coming through Kummerbont and Ari Liverbonk. So on the run up now through the Tunnel West 2000 box, turn 1. Here, long right hand, a very good opportunity to send it around the inside. Also quite good opportunity to get a cutback if you can achieve it up towards turn 2, Gerald box. I'm probably very badly mispronouncing Jello Block. Now into turn 3. I'm not even going to pronounce that one. Up towards the quite fast flowing section here. It's going to be very interesting to watch drivers run 2 wide through turn 4, which is that kink in the middle. Then turn 5, which he's gone through now. Now on the run to turn 6 of Shivlak. Long downhill right-hander. Make sure to get as much curb as you can on the exit. Moreno almost getting the back out now as he runs through turn 7. Marlborough blocked. And then towards turn 8. Go out wide so you can get back in. That's a car cookout on the grass as well. Up now towards turn 9, Vodafone blocked. And I'm going to call Vodafone from now. I'm just going to remove the blocked from the corner names. Now on the run down to turn 10, the Audi S. Also turn 11 is in there on the exit as well, the Husband. So through the Audi S, and then through Husband, making sure to get as good of a line as he can. Pierre Moreno fighting with Eat Magash for the championship lead tonight. Whoever takes first play, whoever finishes ahead. If Magash finishes ahead of Moreno, Magash is going to be continuing to hold the championship. If Moreno finishes ahead of Magash, then Moreno is going to be in the lead of the championship as Magash comes through to set a 136.79 provisional pole. Liggins coming through in second, pushing Pierre Moreno down to third. Phillips as well, the number 90 Lexus in sixth, the highest AM. However, Arnold, Trainboy 2005 and Hutchins quite close down the order as well. Monticelli saying in 6 tenths off. Burning as well, 9 tenths. Phillips, 0.939. Only about a hundredth off of Burning. Bingus McBongus, almost just over a second, 1.008. Then Vigas 1.1 seconds, Arnold 1.3, Trainboy 2005 1.6. So it's definitely very close, and it's going to be quite interesting to see where the drivers are going to place up, as now we get an onboard from Eat Magash, actually only having Pierre Moreno just behind him. Magash currently in the lead, but Liggins goes 300ths behind. Bingus McBongus 400ths behind. Very close now, the top three. Ushaizen coming through in fourth, only around just over a tenth off of the provisional pole time at this minute in time. Moreno getting pushed down to sixth at this current minute. Arnold moving up to 7th as well. I'm trying to keep up with all the drivers setting times, but a lot of drivers are setting times here as Eat Magash comes through. Breet coming through to take second place, 300ths off as Eat Magash goes faster, pushing everyone down. The first and second and third now down to half a second as Magash comes through with a 136.258. What a lap from Eat Magash. And he's still hunting for another one. So we'll see. We'll stay on board with Eat Magash. We'll see how he goes here. See if he can improve his time. He's now going through turn 5 on the run to turn 6. We'll get to see his braking input on the brakes. Then off, turning in and then straightening out the wheel when he's on the curb. A little bit of a kink there as well as you run up to turn 7. Quite a good amount of curb can be taken through turn 7 as well. He also has the Alienware Racing AM car just ahead, the number 52 machine that's driven by Trifonov. Normally I see Trifonov in the Audi R8. It's quite interesting to see him in the Lexus. In reality, as there's another Lexus parked off on the side. I think that's actually Monticelli. Here is Magash now just through Audi S and also Hezvok. Now towards the final 2 corners. Turn 13, now on to turn 14. And then on to the start finish straight. Let's see Magash diving into the pit lane. Almost actually collecting himself on the wall. Here as we're now with Trainboy 2005. Another McLaren here as he runs through turn 5. Now turn 6. Let's see how much curb he takes. Oh, clipping the right-hand wheels on the curb and then getting off the track. You know what they say about the commentator's curse, and that's just come and I think proven itself to be true for Trainboy 2005. There, the minute I go and watch him, he makes a mistake through turn 6 and 7. I think actually collecting the wall a little bit there, getting the back out through turn 9 as he runs down now to turn 10 and turn 11. Your current top 3, still Magash, Greep and Liggins. Bingus McBongus very close. Greep and Liggins as well. So close together. Around 6 thousandths of a second. Greep going 1/10 faster through sector 1 compared to Liggins. Liggins going 2/10 faster through sector 2, and also 2/10 faster through sector 3 on their best laps. Greep still out in front, however. Bingus and Bongus just under 100th behind Liggins as well. They're all about half a second off of Eat Magash. Pierre Moreno actually down in 7th place. He's going to want to be. He's going to want to get faster, really, on his laps. Quite a full grid today as well. 28 drivers still on grid. Ed Cassetta on his first flying lap as well. Actually, no, he's still on his out lap, sorry. Elgin Train Boy come up towards turn 9. Now on the run to turn 10 and turn 11. The Audi S and the Hunserud. Through the Audi S, through Hunserud. Benny 2005, 1.6 off of pole. 6, sorry, not 6 tenths. Just under a second, 9-ish tenths off of Arnold, who's currently in the lead for the AM class. Up in 8th place. Alacia in 9th, just behind, about a tenth separating the two. As Trainboy 2005 comes across the start-finish line. Is he going to improve? No, 138.1. As we're now with Pierre Moreno. Keep in mind, Magash and Moreno both have 50 kilograms of ballast. Okay, sorry, 60 kilograms of ballast according to the server. Moreno currently 7.5 tenths off of Eat Magash's time. Moreno is definitely going to want to be speeding up. He's in the championship contention. He's tied for first place between himself and Eat Magash. And I think the last thing that Moreno is going to want is to have his championship rival, the person tied for the lead of the championship, to start ahead of him. As Moreno gets both tyres off, that might be an invalidated time. I'm not sure here as we go on board as Moreno runs through the Audi S and also Hunter's Fund. You can see his race logic timer there on the dash. He's laying off the throttle, so clearly that looks like an Ed Cassetta just behind him. I think that might be something else that Moreno didn't want to see as a wild Ed Cassetta behind. Moreno comes through to set a 139.5. That's not going to prove. His best currently being a 137.008. However, Ed Cassetta taking pole on that lap of a 136.225, pushing Magash off of provisional pole, but only by 300ths of a second. Grief as well improving, now almost just over 3.5 tenths. Bongus also improving 4.43 there, 4.3 tenths off of the pole time. Liggins as well, very close with Arnold as Cook comes through to take 3rd place, only 3.5 tenths off of the pole time. Only 3.2 tenths off of Eat Magash. So that's, at the minute, the second row start for Kyle Cook. As we're still with Moreno, who's now been pushed down to 10th, being overtaken by Arnold. I'm sure Moreno is going to want to have his luck changed here at the qualifying, as we only have 2 minutes remaining. Is now Pierre Moreno, second to last corner. I think he got the left-hand tyres on the sand there. Is now onto the start-finish straight and across the line. Where is Moreno going to place? He only improves by a little bit, staying in 11th. He has one more lap to get the time that he wants. Currently, Ed Cassetta, the driver, I think in 6th place in the driver's standings, is in provisional pole, pushing both the championship leader off the provisional pole. Magash at the minute having to start in 2nd place if he doesn't improve. Alacia as well, only 600ths off of Ed Cassetta's time. Alacia pulling into the pit lane to finish his lap. A Mercedes there, as I think that's going to be Pierre Moreno's lap, invalidated, as he has to take to the sand to avoid that Mercedes. Let's have a look at what happened with Pierre Moreno there. Okay, or not, I apologise there. The replay did not want to work for me there. But it looked like that Mercedes went wide. So I think that might be Moreno in 11th place. Unless he can improve now as he comes through the second to last corner. Now the final corner here on the run up to the start-finish line. 4, 3, 2, 1. He's just going to miss out on a second lap. Is Moreno going to improve? No, Moreno putting in a 1:38.565. Currently in 11th place, but really with quite a few drivers close behind. Burning coming through for provisional 12th. At the minute, Ed Cassetta is your pole sitter, unless Magash can overtake him. Which he has. Magash in the lead now. A 1:36.153. Is Ed Cassetta going to be putting in another lap? Is he going to be improving? No. Ed Cassetta coming into the pits. Alacia as well, also in the pit lane. What a qualifying session is now. Most of the drivers are coming through. To finish up, and there we go. The session is over. So, your starting order is as follows. Lining up on pole is Magash, followed by Ed Cassetta, Alacia in 3rd place with Cook in 4th, Greep in 5th, Bongus in 6th, Usheisen in 7th, 8th goes to Terry Liggins, 9th Ian Arnold, 10th is Matteo Monicelli, 11th Pierre Moreno, currently tied for the championship lead, keep in mind, against Magash. Magash getting a 9-place advantage against Pierre Moreno there, but also having the newfound speed of Ed Cassetta just behind him. McLaren 720S v McLaren 720S. In 12th is Burning, 13th Yusuf, 14th goes to Deep Cuts, 15th is Hutchins, 16th is Shoblem, 17th is Philip, 18th is Trainboy 2005. 19th is Vigers, 20th is Trifonov, 21st goes to Long, 22nd Rowe, 23rd Vangelu, 24th Aitken, 25th Automated Luxury, 26th Brad Hoover, 27th Treasure, 28th Honick. So we're a minute and a half away from the rolling start. Definitely going to be a edge of the seat race today, I feel. 28 cars on the grid. Turn 1, Tarzan corner, is going to be looking very menacing for a lot of drivers towards turn 1. while we wait, here is a Kyle Cook in the red Ferrari. Something to note about Kyle Cook, actually, in a different league, I think about a month back now, maybe a few weeks. I'm not 100% sure of the date. Kyle Cook in the Audi had a spin entirely on his own out of the last corner. I was going to try and find the footage for such, but I couldn't at such short time. In reality, he hit the pit wall. I think he might have actually just avoided it. Came back onto the track. A lot of drivers had to take some effort to avoid him. In the end, a driver by the name of DeFalco couldn't manage to avoid him, collected the front of Cook's car. That was the end of Cook's race as well, but the Porsche of DeFalco, who was caught up in that incident, carried on to, I think, finish the race, but with quite a lot of damage, which forced him into the pit lane. So, with hopes, the red Ferrari of Kyle Cook can improve today and not make the same mistake as he did in that race many moons ago. Thank you, Sench. You can thank me later. That's going to have got him riled up. As now we're on to the rolling start. I'm not sure what Magash is doing there. He's meant to be on pole. And Magash is currently in 13th. There is Moreno starting in 11th. As Magash goes into the pit lane. Oh no! What happened? Magash is in the pits already. Promoting Ed Cassetta to the lead of the race. Definitely something Magash is not going to have wanted. I see him tumbling down the order. I'm not sure what happened. He pulled off to the side at the start of the race and then ended up in the pit lane. Oh no, so your order has changed. Everyone's been bumped up by one. Ed Cassetta now in the lead. Alacia in second with Kyle Cook in third. Alacia's livery not working for me tonight. He is in that black carbon fibre Lamborghini you can see just behind. There is Kyle Cook. Let's see if he can make it to the last corner on his own today. You can see all the drivers behind. There's a Pierre Moreno as well in 10th place now. He's still got quite a lot of ground to make up. Because otherwise he's going to be quite behind on the... Well, he won't be behind on the championship at all, but it's definitely not going to be ideal for him to finish in 10th. Moreno has quite a lot of pace, however, so I've got not much doubt that he will start to climb the order. Keep in mind as well, there's also the pit stop. You can use strategy to your advantage. Remember, 14 points on up for grabs for the leaders here, as now they go 2 by 2 through the final corner. Are you ready to go racing? As they run up to the start-finish line. And we are away for the race. For the Racing Pals ACC 2021 Season 2 here at Zandvoort. Alacia getting the inside through Turn 1. Quite a few drivers actually going off through Turn 1. Arnold getting a driver penalty. I think maybe for a speeding infringement. Phillips is round on Tarzan box. Many drivers getting together through Turn 3. There, I think that was Yusuf getting a bit of a punt through Turn 3 there. As there's a Liggins round, there's also a Penguin Virtuosos round. Both Penguin Virtuososes are caught up in collisions at the back there. Not 100% sure what occurred between those, between that here, as we're currently with Ian Arnold. I think as well, that's Burning just behind Arnold in the Vodafone car. There's a Trainboy 2005 round behind. You just caught that there, Trainboy 2005 round. It looks like there's some damage to that McLaren. The wheel's actually clipping through. Trainboy 2005 getting back, getting going again. But yeah, Trainboy 2005 definitely went round there. Here is Gary Rowe in the green Mercedes there with the, I think that's the Aston Martin of Long making the move into Tarzan Bock. Is Long going for the 2x2? He is! However, Aitken gets caught up in a collision there. Long not getting the car slowed down in time, going side by side and then into, I think that was Aitken. Yeah, it was Aitken, the number 43 machine. As there is a Lacey around as well. Arnold picking up a 30-second stop-go penalty there as well. Quite a few collisions in the first lap of this race. Zandvoort being quite a tight circuit, so definitely one that you're going to want to look out for. Magash also out on the track now, going up the inside of Treasure there, through turn 8, very nicely done there, up the inside. There's a Penguin Virtual vehicle behind as well, a pack of 4, that behind, led by William Treasure. There's a Lacier as well, with some damage to the front. Oh, it's Treasure, and that, I think, is the number 22 car, I think that's Vigers. No, it won't be, it'll be Greep. As Greep goes deep into the corner, number 90 Lexus in the mix there as well. That is Phillips. As Treasure has dropped back, Greep has moved up into the lead of the pack in 19th, I think. Overall, as Alacia and Phillips go side by side for the final corner, there is contact. Both drivers managing to keep it on the circuit. There's Alexis going into the pits as well. That is Monticelli. As now through Tarzan Bock. Phillips is going to have the inside. Alacia almost tried for the cutback there, but didn't quite get it. As now they're running up to turn 2. Liggins just ahead of Phillips. As now we're with Brad Hoover on the move, being under pressure from Jelwu, with Magash in the background as well. Jelwu in the black and red machine, Magash behind in the complete black carbon machine. Hoover there on the move in the groove, currently running in 15th. Seventh place in the AM there as Jelwu almost had a look up the inside, defending actually from Magash there. Magash getting through. Also, that is Greep in the background as well, getting up the inside of Jelwu there, as we just saw, into turn 8 now as they run towards turn 9. Hoover trying to defend the apex through turn 9. Is he going to be able to hold off Magash for much longer there, as there is some blue flags out? Magash currently running 16th, 2.5 tenths off of Hoover there. Almost looking into the Audi S-Box. Hoover defending the inside through the second bit into Husveld. As now they run up to the final 2 corners, turn 13 and turn 14. Through turn 13, Magash under attack from Jorik Greep now. As Liggins is attacking Jelwu as well. Alacia on Trainboy 2005 there. Alacia dipping into the pits in the background. As up the inside goes Magash. Hoover getting a send up the inside from the Penguin Virtuals machine of Jorik Greep as well. Also losing out to Liggins and Van Jelwu. Now under attack from Phillips through turn 3. through turn 3 now as they run on to the short straight. Turn 4, turn 5, on the run towards turn 6 here, through turn 4. You can see the Trainboy 2005 in the background as well. He's wanting to fight for the lead of the AM Championship at today's race, but he's got quite a lot of a recovery drive to go. Only 4 minutes into this race so far, and it has been eventful here as they now go through turn 7. Phillips getting the inside into turn 8. They make contact through turn 8. Hoover going around the long way. Phillips goes round. Trainboy 2005 collects him. Phillips is off there at turn 8. Hoover holding the position. However, I think there might have been some dirty play there. I'm not 100% sure. I don't like to speculate about dirty play. I think it could have just been a racing incident, however. Definitely one for the stewards to look at later as Trainboy 2005 makes a move up into 18th place. Wow. That was a lot to commentate on in such a small time, as now we're with Eat Magash for Speed Knitters. He is on the back of Deep Cuts in the 28 machine of I Don't Know Racing here. Down towards turn 1, Tarzan corner. Eat Magash on the inside. Getting ahead now, inside. Getting the move done almost, well, getting the move done really before the corner. That is now Eat Magash dropped from the pit lane up to 15th. He's now going to be released on the back of Long and Rowe. Eat Magash definitely going to be having a recovery drive for the lead of the Pro Championship. I'm sure that's what he wants. He has to finish ahead of Moreno tonight, though. Moreno currently running in 4th. Here is Pierre Moreno. Currently in 4th place. He has Ushais and ahead in that black, green and white Aston Martin there. You can just see him. 2 seconds separating the two driver. Cook is actually in the lead of today's race. Cassetta 1.5 seconds behind. Wow, here we are with Greek now down in 16th place. He does have Eat Magash. No, sorry, Long ahead. My timing screen has not fully updated at this current minute there. As Magash goes up the inside of Long, Greek almost tries it, but is now going to be going round the outside through Husvala. He has Liggins behind 2. Now a 3-car battle. As Greek goes up the inside through turn 13. So does Liggins. Liggins actually a couple of laps down, I think, by the look of it. Yeah, 2 laps down Liggins is. However, he has made a pit stop. If he could get it right, if he could get his strategy to work throughout the entire race, he might actually be able to have a shot of unlapping himself when the time comes for everyone else to pit. Monticelli pitted in earlier as well. As now with Kyle Cook, who is currently only in 2nd. Not sure, however, he has got Ed Cassetta just behind. I think Kyle Cook's in 1st, actually. Yeah, Kyle Cook currently running in 1st. Ed Cassetta just behind, however. Oh, as Cook goes off on the Audi S. Cassetta takes his move up the inside through turn 12 now as they run through turn 13. Ed Cassetta moving up into the lead of the race. However, Cook could start fighting back here. He was holding the lead as now we're back with Eat Magash. Now in 10th from the pit lane. He's just got past Trifonov. Quite a large battle behind. Greep there as well. There is Rowe getting up the inside of Trifonov. So does Greep. Also Liggins there. Now all of them being released on the start-finish straight. There's also Long in the background too. Greep now on the back of Rowe. He's going to try down the inside into turn 1. Down the inside goes Greep. Liggins follows. Greep just making a path perfectly for that Porsche here as we move back a couple of cars to Toby Long for Robotics. On the back of Trifonov there as they go through turn 3. Van Gel almost collecting the rear of Toby Long's car. as they go through turn 3. Now an uphill towards the kinks. Toby Long chasing the rear of the Lexus of Trifonov. Hutchins currently in the lead of the AM race here. As you can see, Evangelo very close behind. You can also see a Train Boy 2005 in that mix as well. Train Boy 2005 very close to Evangelo. Evangelo takes out the inside. Toby Long goes off into the gravel, into the wall. That was definitely not what he would have wanted to happen there. It looked like he went right wide through turn 9. Wow, that just a bit of contact sent him off straight into the wall. Rainbow 2005 now in 5th in the AM standings. However, his championship rival for AM is in 6th place. Rainbow 2005 in 14th. He's going to have a lot. He's going to have one recovery drive to catch up to Hutchins. Hutchins needs to finish 4th in the AM standings for Rainbow 2005 to overtake him if he wins. Brad Hoover on the move in 3rd place, keep in mind. In the AM, Yusuf in tied 6th at 10 points, currently running 2nd in the AM standings today. Trainboy 2005, you can see, gaining ground on the rear of Trifonov's car. 47 minutes, 20 seconds remaining, as now James Uscheisen for Cookie No Livery Racing Keck. The number 1 green, white and grey Aston Martin under attack from the Spectre Racing Machine of Pierre Moreno, 922 car. As they go through turn 12, on the run now to the final 2 corners, 13 and 14. Moreno definitely going to have that slipstream down the back straight towards Tarzan corner. Is he going to be able to make the move though? That's the question. Uscheisen will be defending, I think, for his life here as they run down towards Tarzan, braking. Pierre Moreno not actually going for the dive as yet now, as with Jury Greep on the back of Bingus Mabongus. Currently for 9th place in the pro standings for this race. Greep making the move perfectly before Tarzan corner on Bingus Mabongus. What a good move that was. That was well executed. Really, as now we're back with Jürgen Uscheisen, having Pierre Moreno so close to the rear of him. Both drivers have a lot of skill. I mean, every driver on the grid really has a lot of skill. Every driver knows what they're doing. They have quite good close racing as well. Zandvoort being a track that perfectly brings out the mistakes. If you don't know how to take each of its corners, each of them having their own unique character here, as Moreno got through at turn 8, however Uscheisen got through at turn 9 here as they now run down through the alley. Yes, they're running too wide. Moreno being forced to go the long way around. Uscheisen defending the inside there through turn 12. Now on the run to the final, through the final 2 corners. Monticelli, driver who pitted quite early on, moved up into 22nd. I think that was Arnold I saw as well, pitting in. With 45 minutes remaining on the clock. The rear left tyre, and apparently the front left tyre, gets absolutely destroyed through the final corner. As well, definitely going to be one that will be interesting to talk about with the drivers. We will be interviewing the top 3 of both classes here as they head through turn 3. Uscheisen still leads Moreno as they now head through turn 4 and turn 5 on the run to turn 6. Turn 4, turn 5, now turn 6. They're so close to each other. Moreno will definitely be looking at every opportunity that he can, as we are now on board with Pierre Moreno. They head through turn 8. Oh, we get a nice bonnet view as well. We are watching the rear of Ushaisen's car get closer and further away with each corner. And each straight. Cassetta very much widening the gap between himself and Cook now. 4.1 seconds. Moreno having pulled off an amazing recovery drive. But probably maybe not as impressive as Magash so far. Magash up to P9. As it currently stands, Moreno will be taking the lead of the Pro Championship standings for now. However, Magash is gaining ground on him very quickly. Just looking into the inside. Is Moreno going to make a move? No, he's not. Staying behind through Tarzan corner. Almost trying to make the gap up the inside there as they now head towards turn 2. And through turn 2, you can see how close Moreno is getting to the rear of Ushaisen's car. Actually, some damage on the rear. Maybe a bit of a love tap happened a couple of laps ago. Now heading through turn 6, on the run to turn 7, you can see how planted both cars are as they head through turn 7. So close. Is Moreno going to try up the inside? He does, up the inside into turn 8. Moreno making the move. Is Ushaisen going to be able to fight back as they head through turn 9? Moreno is fully ahead though. So that is Moreno moving up to 3rd place. What a move from Moreno there. He's still got time, however, to close the gap between himself and Carl Cook. The gap currently sitting at just under 9 seconds. So further down the grid in 17th, Bingus McBongus has gone into the pit lane here, as now we're with Frederick Choblam as the Ferrari of that looks like Yusuf. Just behind Choblam making a move, going up to 8th place as they now head through the final 2 corners. Here's Ed Cassetta making a move on the number 119 car. That's Honeck there. Got a brand new livery for today's race, as he said in the Discord, to overtake as something new to look at when he's being lapped. Always good to be able to have a joke. That's part of what makes Racing Pals such a good community, is everyone is happy to have a joke and have a laugh. You definitely get the comedy and the memeing along with the racing here, as now with Brad Hoover, who's under attack from Phillips. Hoove diving into the pit lane there, so Hoove pitting in with just under 41 minutes remaining. Here is Brad in a groove on the move. It is Hoove. Looks like some damage to his front. Here is Nicholas Van Gellery there, the number 21 car in the AM category. 6.6 off of Trivenol through the last timing sector. We'll see where he is through the next one. Currently, Van Gellery currently 13th there. We're just on with Treasure as well. Here's Hutchins, currently 1st in the AM standings. Mike Hutchins currently leading the AM standings. He's got quite a gap between himself and his championship rivals in the AM category as well, at least on track. Training for 2005, 5 points behind him, currently running in 11th, 3rd place in the AM category. And Brad Hoover on the move, currently in 19th, but taking his pit stop early. There could be a 2-pit strategy going on. Sorby as well. Is he on the grid? I think he is. He might just be a bit behind. No, I don't think Sorby is actually on the grid for today's race. So that's the driver who is 8 points behind Hutchins, who's currently in the lead of the AM standings. Not on the grid as far as I can see. Definitely not going to be the best of opportunities for Sorby. He was just 8 points behind Hutchins there. Definitely there is time for the tables to turn. A few drivers are actually taking their pit stop quite early on there. Monticelli and Bingus McLonger's taking their pit stop a couple of minutes ago, 3 or 4. Currently up in 18th and 19th respectively. Liggins, Hoover and Deepkurts also having taken pit stops. 21st, 22nd and 23rd respectively in that list. Here is on that subject Matthew Monticelli, number 66 Pro Car. You can see just behind Pierre Moreno having a look as well. Monticelli currently tied 4th in the Drivers' Championship with Carl Cook for the Pro category. 16 points off of the lead. Both drivers having 10 kilograms of ballast on board tonight as well. I'm not sure how it will be different with the Lexus here, as now we're with Toby Long on the rear of the number 21 car. That's Vangeloou. Here you can also see Brad Hoover on the move just ahead as well. Long in 25th. He'll have Vegas to overtake. Someone who I know does not give positions up easily. Toby Long, currently 15th, tied 15th, with 0 points on the board in the AM category. He's currently running 13th place currently on this race for the AM. So he will be out of the points as he is on the back of Brad Hoover on the move. Getting very close through turn 7, now turn 8. You can also see, I think, is that Griep or Vegas just behind? That's Vegas just behind, actually. Vegas coming around to lap Toby Long, who did take quite a large hit with the Armco on the outside of turn 9, which he has just gone through here. Now on the run down to turn 10. He's going to be too wide between himself and Vegas, depending on Virgil's car number 22. Getting the inside line, however. Here is Magash, 7th place from the pit lane, having got moved back there on the pace lap. As it currently stands, Moreno will be taking over the lead of the driver's standings. However, Cassetta will be walking away with 14 points. As it currently stands, that will move him up. I think by the look of it, I might put him in 3rd place from 6th. I could be wrong. Either 3rd or 4th around that area there, as there is a yellow flag around the track, but it clears up quite quickly, so maybe just a car going off for the yellow flags to just quickly come out. There's also Bingus McLonger's just ahead there, I think, as well. That's the Lexus of Hutchins. Yes, it is number 15 machine. Bingus McLonger's sending it up the inside at the final corner. Opening up Hutchins to Magash there. Magash going up the inside, down the start, finish straight. Now in 6th place, but he's going to have to make the move, stick around Tarzan corner, which he does. Magash up to 6th place from the pit lane. He is now just 3 places away from Pierre Moreno. So there is quite a distance. Here is Milad Vegas on the rear of Brad Hoover, in a groove, on the move. And Brad definitely is in a groove, on the move. It is Hoover there as Vegas goes up the inside of him around the final corner. But that's opening Hoover up to the slipstream from that Audi R8. There, the Mercedes he be getting quite a good bit of slipstream. Keep in mind as well, Hoover in the Skip Barber Series that is also run by Racing Pals has joined the second team of Penguin Virtual Sauce, the Penguin Aficionados as well. So, and there we go. Oh, Vegas goes off at turn 2, carries it through to turn 3, collects Toby Long as well. Toby Long actually staying on the track even after being hit. So what a good bit of car control and avoidance there from Toby Long. He clearly got hit, but the car stayed planted. Here is Pierre Moreno. He has Yusuf behind. Pierre Moreno will be wanting to chow down on that 4.8 gap he has between himself and Kyle Cook. Is now heading up through turn 5 now, turn 6. Gap being 5.5 seconds, but that could be coming down quite a lot. Ed Cassetta actually now widening gap between himself and Cook to 13.8 seconds. Moreno having started in 11th place, remember having not been able to put in a competitive lap time up the top of the grid, now running in 3rd place, so clearly it does show that in this kind of racing, your consistency in the race and your overall pace in the race can outshine your qualifying. Because that age-old saying, at least one that I heard when I was doing endurance back in the day, I mean, say back in the day, it was not many years ago, was you can put in, you know, world record times in qualifying, but if you can't carry them through to the race, then there's absolutely no point in you qualifying that high up. That was something I was always told when I started doing endurance racing in R-Factor 1 back in the day, was that your race pace and your race consistency is just as important as your qualifying time. Sure, it's nice to be able to start all the way up the grid in 1st place, however sometimes it's better to, depending on how much time you have, if you have time to spec both your quali and race, beautiful. But if you only have time to spec one, you'd want to be focusing on the race over the qualifying, because you know, the race is not won. The race is not won on the Friday or the Saturday. I can't remember what day GT has their qualifying. It's probably Saturday now that I think about it. The race is won on the Sunday on the race day, and Pierre Moreno is quite well proving that as well. Eat Magash now in 4th place, 15 seconds behind Pierre Moreno now. Well, just over 15 by like the tiniest amount there. Is Ed Cassetta making the move on deep cuts. Deep cuts getting very good opportunity to move over to the side for the lapping machine of Ed Cassetta, who is making his moves up the grid to put an even bigger dent in the gap. Maybe actually he'll be able to get a pretty safe pit stop. The pit window for the halfway strategy is definitely open. We'll see if Pierre Moreno dives into the pit lane now. Quite a few drivers do like having the halfway pit stop. No, Moreno's staying out. Quite a few drivers having taken their stops though. That I can see on the grid: Burning, Ushaizen, Yusuf, Monticelli, but Bongas, Rowe, Liggins, Treasure, Hoover, Vangelo, and Deep Cuts, all having taken their pit stops. Those are just the drivers that I can see on my timing screen. Cassetta, Moreno, Cook, Magash, Hutchins, Griep, Shovlin, and Arnold. The top 8 still need to take their pit stops here, as Eat Magash has moved on Kyle Cook, who's come into the pit lane to take 3rd place. So Moreno now, I think, very much in the sights of Eat Magash. Moreno 21.6 seconds off of Cassetta. Cassetta absolutely widening that gap. As well, not having any ballast on board either does Ed Cassetta. He's in 6th place, which under the rules of the Pro Championship does give him no ballast. Definitely a very worthwhile advantage to have at a track like Zandvoort. I'm not sure how the weight will go as Carl Cook gets a 30-second stop go penalty. I think that might have been for speeding in the pit lane. Griep and Schoblin coming into the pits as well. The Ed Cassetta staying out for another lap. 29 minutes just under remaining. Griep and Schoblin being released from their pit boxes and now out on the track. Arnold still need to take a pit stop. Same with Honeck. Cassetta, Moreno, Magash and Hutchins, the top four, also requiring a pit stop too. Every other driver I think that I can see, at least not every driver on the grid, I don't think there might be some behind who still need to take their pit stops. The gap of people who have taken their pit stops is very much widening as Moreno comes in for his pit stop. So too does Hutchins. They're currently the lead of the AM Championship and race. Carl Cook having a 30-second stop go penalty over his head as well. Is he going to take it the first lap he gets it? However, that is the big $1 million question. We'll have a look as he comes through the final two corners. Are we going to see Carl Cook dive into the pit lane? Yes, we are. Carl Cook coming into the pit lane. You can see Pierre Moreno getting released there. Eat Magash now, I think, might be looking to take his pit stop this lap. Ed Cassetta ahead too. Is Ed Cassetta taking the pit stop this lap? No. 27.5 minutes just under remaining. And Ed Cassetta is staying out on track. Is Eat Magash going to stay out on track for another lap to try and widen the gap between himself and Moreno? Or is he going to be diving into the pit lane? Moreno having a 15.6 second gap over Hutchins. You see Eat Magash come through the last corner. Eat Magash coming into the pit lane now. You can also see Carl Cook serving a stop go penalty as well as Honeck. So now we are going to follow Pierre Moreno. Is he going to overtake Eat Magash in the pit lane? It could happen here as he comes through turn 9 on now the run towards turn 11, turn 10 and turn 11, sorry. Then saying imagine in my chat, I'm guessing that was for speeding in the pit lane. As now Moreno comes through the Audi S, now through turn 11. The cheeky little wave symbol on the back. Is Magash going to get out of the pit lane ahead of Moreno? Whatever has happened, Magash has managed to pull the gap back to that Porsche here. As now Moreno running down the start-finish straight. We will see. Magash has had the work finished. Moreno is going to get ahead though. Magash just being released from the pit box. As Moreno goes by. Cassetta also coming into the pit lane now. Wow. That was a lot to take in there. Cassetta in the pit. Actually putting Moreno down, I think, not a full lap. Moreno will have a lot to catch up to as Schoblin almost outbrakes himself and goes up the back of Hutchins. I think that manages to actually quite nicely avoid the collision, having to take to the sand. However, he did avoid a possibly quite nasty collision there. So good on him for avoiding that. We're now with Jürgen Scheisen. They're getting nice onboard. The Aston Martin, sorry, one of my favourite onboards of the entire grid. You can see quite a lot out of the front window there. You can also get a good view of the driver's wheel inputs. Just under a second separating the number 1 Pro car from the number 15 AM car. Hutchins very much in the mix for Pro. Currently winning, currently in the lead of both the AM Championship and the AM race with Yusuf. Actually, while we're here, I'll quickly do a sum up of the top top 3 of each class. So top 3 for Rowe is Cassetta in first, followed by Moreno, followed by Magash in number 16, 922 and 147 car. For the AM, it is Hutchins in the number 15 car, Yusuf in the number 809 Ferrari, and Trifonov in the number 52 Lexus. However, every driver now on the grid, as far as I'm aware, has taken their pit stop. Carl Cook, having gotten that 30-second penalty, as Ulscheisen almost looks up the inside into Tarzan. Hutchins going wide there on the exit. This gives Jurgens the opportunity to move up into the position through turn 2 there as Hutchins goes off behind. Is Hutchins going to keep it out of the wall? Yes, he is. However, that's opened him up to Shovem as well. 23.5 minutes remaining on the clock. As that Trainboy 2005 comes into the pit lane. Not sure what for. Trainboy 2005 now, I'm pretty sure. Now out of the points in the race currently. Definitely one that I don't think he's going to be wanting to have happened. Having a collision quite early on, I think. Through the Audi S and Husfeld. He'd put a lot of practice in as well this week. But it seems that it just hasn't fallen in his favour for this race, which is never good to see for a driver. As you know, yeah, you can see quite a lot of damage on the front of that McLaren. I should know, having done quite a bit of racing in my time, that the last thing you want is a bad start to the race, because I was always taught, you have a bad start to the race, you have a bad whole race, really. Here is Monticelli flashing deep cuts, number 66 Pro car. Yeah, there's also a Yusuf behind him as well, the number 809 Ferrari, Bingus McBongus in the mix as well. This is the battle for 9th place there. Bingus McBongus moving up into 10th past Yusuf. Monticelli still in the lead of this 3-car battle, currently running it in 9th place. Then got 10. No, it looks like 9. As Deep Cut moves up to the outside through turn 3. And then let's Longest go through as well. A very good bit of sportsmanship there under the blue flags. Now we're on board with Bingus McBongus chasing the rear of that number 66 Lexus. Bingus McBongus currently in 9th place in the Pro standings. Cook in 10th. The Pro as it currently stands is Monticelli goes wide through turn 8. Is Bingus McBongus going to have a try through turn 9? Almost, but the door was closed quite quickly. There, a good bit of defending from Monticelli. Is he going to try into the Audi S? No, staying behind for the minute. Very good idea, actually. Unless you can make the move down and get the inside line, 9 times out of 10 that I've found it doesn't ever play off. Unless you can get an even better launch onto the straight just before the final 2 corners here through turn 13. Now on the run up to turn 14. Here Bingus McBongus very close to the rear. I think maybe some contact there, actually. Is now running under the start finish line. 20 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Bingus McBongus going up the inside into Tarzan blocked. Oh, Monticelli almost having a look round, but Bingus McBongus making the move stick for now, moving up into 9th place for the pro class. Monticelli being relegated down to 10th now. However, he's going to want to be definitely going to want to catch back up to Bingus McBongus. As they head through turn 6. We're now with Schoblem. He has Greep just behind as well. You can also see Hutchins ahead in the red and black Lexus with the white accents and the gold logo on the front as well. Is Schoblem going to be able to put Hutchins under pressure? Hutchins currently in 6th place in the pro standings at the minute for this race. You get the rear camera. Goblin there, looking very close. He might be a bit too far behind to get the slipstream, but I'm not sure as I run down towards Tarzan. Shoblin only 6/10 off here as they now head into turn 1. Oh, that Porsche getting very close. So now head through turn 3. Shoblin looking like he's closed the gap as well. Greep looking like he's closed the gap as well. As we get the bonnet camera from Shoblin. As they now head through turn 7. Both drivers staying off of the curb. As it currently stands, 18 minutes remaining, just over by a few seconds on the clock. Hutchins still leading Shoblin. Your top 3 is Cassetta, Moreno and Magash. Your top 3 in the AM is Hutchins, Yusuf and Trifonov. The gap for the AMs is very close there. Now a bit further up the track as we have Vangelis under attacking Brad Hoover in a minute there, having Bernick go up the inside through Tarzan blocked under blue flags. That might have scuppered the chances for Vangelis for the minute. We'll see if Hoover gets held up by blue flagging. It looks like Bernick has gotten held up, which might in turn hold up Vangelis as well. Is now on the run to T4 and T5. Hoove might be at risk of getting a drive through for blue flag infringements. I'm not sure if that sign ACC goes off. Honeck is back in the pits. I'm not sure what's happened here. Maybe having some tyre issues today. As you can see the lights of it Burning flashing as they make contact. Hoove goes off the circuit. Burning, I think, gets off a bit better out of that situation. However, Hoover and Burning make contact. Here is Jerry Greep. That was not the this is not the Penguin Virtual Sauce you are looking for. Here is Rob Phillips now on the back of Ian Arnold. Oh, that's not good news there from Malaysia. Severe issue with his contact lenses, and he can only keep his right eye open. Yep, you're excused. Yeah, I myself, I'm a fellow when I can get my teeth back in my head. I myself just prefer glasses because I get really about contact lenses. Ugh, I hate the idea of putting them in wrong. As it just ugh. I hate the idea when I hate the feeling when you poke your eye and it's horrible. Ugh. So back to the racing there as Arnold goes off at the final corner, making a move almost like Kyle Cook did many moons back. There, I think that might be a trip to the pits for Arnold. No, he's staying out. We got the character though. It looked like he dipped the grass on the outside, and yeah, round he went. Here is Shoblin now in P6, having overtaken Hutchins a little while ago. Brad Hoover on the move, win the groove. Just on the inside there, moving over for the blue flags, slowing down for the blue flags, really, as Greep as well has made the opportunity and gotten past Hutchins. 14 minutes 15 seconds remaining on the clock. Here is Trainboy 2005 on the rear of Vangelo. Vangelo in 19th. I think McLaren's running too wide through the first corner. Quite a nice bit of side-by-side action. Trainboy 2005 I think was actually putting in some quite respectable times in comparison to the poly-lap times. As I said before, he put in a lot of practice this week, but I think he's just had some quite bad luck. Really is burning there, runs up the inside, lapping as he goes. You can see the lights already flashing. He's already had it coming together with Hoover as he goes up the inside, judge through turn 8. Trainboy 2005 also taking the most of the opportunity to get past. There's a stricken car in the gravel. I think that looked like it was deep cuts there. I think looked like the only Honda NSX on the grid. Yeah, it must have been because Trainboy 2005 has moved into 21st, Deep Cuts has moved down to 22nd. Deep Cuts has just retired from the race. Here's Honeck now in 22nd for Honeck. There's a Vangelo round at turn 10. The Audi box. The Audi S box. 12 minutes, 30 seconds remaining on the clock. The pack is now quite nice and spread out. As we're currently with Frederick Schobler at 4.1 seconds off at the back of Burning, the number 888 Mercedes AMG GT3 machine. Well, today's race has definitely been something from my point of view. Quite a lot of action for the first half of the race. Quite a few drivers actually taking different pit stop strategies. Some I think pitting in quite early and just trying to make a strat last as long as it can. Shopman goes up the inside of turn 7 against Treasure. Here is Visor Burning. The 888 machine on the back of Trainboy 2005. The lights might start flashing in a minute. He's only 3.8 seconds off of Ushaizen, the number 1 Aston Martin. Now Rob Phillips in 15th, number 90 Lexus. He actually has Rowe around a second and a half behind. That looks less than a second and a half now though. I think maybe about 1.2, 1.3, nope, 0.9. So things I've learned from that one little bit there is I have no idea how to estimate distance. They head through turn 7. Rowe is going to want to be catching up here. This is for 4th place in the AM race. Here's Bingus McVongus in 9th place. Going around the outside of Treasure and up the inside of Vangelo, lapping both cars. Very nice move there. He made one move to get past Treasure, the other move to get past Vangelo without actually getting the car. There's a Trainboy 2005 round at turn 3. Now 3 laps down. So Vangelo has made a move on Will Treasure in the background. We just saw there as well. There's a Penguin Virtus lost round. Bingus McBongus goes off the circuit. Many drivers goes. There's Ed Cassetta. Ed Cassetta's gone round as well. We definitely need a replay of that. Ed Cassetta, the current race leader, had gotten involved in that collision. Let's see it from the perspective of Ed Cassetta here. Here we can see he's following Kyle Cook up here. There was a Penguin Virtus lost car around. I wasn't sure what one it was, but Bingus McBongus was off the track. Kyle Cook, I think, getting called up as well. There's Bingus McBongus. Yep. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, ACC. Ed Cassetta having been collected in that collision, though. We only got to see the end of that, but definitely not the best of things for Ed Cassetta there. I wasn't sure what Penguin Virtuosos car that was. It was one of them. They're quite easy to see from their distinctive liveries. I think Moreno's about a lap down on Ed Cassetta there. Here is Carl Cook for Bologna Racing. Quite a bit of damage to the left-hand side of that car. Now we're under 10 minutes remaining, 8 minutes 10 seconds left to be precise. Carl Cook now moving up into 9th place. Yusuf under attacking Monticelli now. Yusuf in 2nd place for the AM race. I'm struggling to find where my mouse is. There we go. Found where my mouse is now. Here is Yusuf chasing the rear of the Lexus of Monticelli. Your current top 3 for the Pro is Cassetta, Moreno and Magash. We'll get those 3 in for a chat at the end. Albeit they stay in their positions. Remember, I will be interviewing the top 3 tonight of each class, the Pro and the AM. If there's any questions the chat would like to ask those drivers, put it in the stream chat now, and I'll make sure to answer them. But I'll make sure, sorry, not to answer them, to ask them. Here is Yusuf still chasing the rear of the number 66 Lexus. 6 minutes left on the clock. Cassetta leading the Pro class. Hutchins leading the AM class. Hutchins, I think, very safe in the lead of the AM race here. 14, almost 15 seconds there as Hoover goes off at turn 9. Oh, that's definitely not a good one for Brad Hoover there. I think it looked like he got a wheel on the grass on the outside of turn 9. And speared off into the wall before the Audi S there as Yusuf goes a bit deep. And that update on the crash from one of the Penguin Virtuosos cars. It was Dreek Greet who went round. Definitely one that I think caught all of us unaware now as we're just coming up to the 5 minute remaining mark. Liggins is now on the rear of Yusuf. Half a second separating the two cars. Liggins already on the rear there on the number 808 Porsche. Yusuf going quite an interesting line through turn 2. Liggins making the move now, being released onto the rear of the Lexus of Monticelli. Liggins currently running, I think, 10th in the Pro race. Yeah, 10th in the Pro race. Is Liggins going to be able to catch up to Monticelli? That is the question. 1.8 seconds separating them, but it's already closed up there. You can already see the gap as Liggins is flashing Monticelli. Monticelli is on the same lap as Liggins. So Monticelli is under no obligation to move over. They are on the same lap as each other. They are drivers who are racing. They're in the same class as well. We now have 3 minutes 45 seconds left on the clock. This has been a very, very quick hour as Liggins is on the outside now. Is he going to get the outside through Tarzan corner? Yes, he is. Monticelli on the inside. They go too wide, side by side. Liggins forced to go around the long way. Monticelli staying ahead for now. As we get the rear camera view from Monticelli. Liggins very close behind now. 3 minutes left on the clock. Ed Cassetta is still your leader in the pro class, and followed by Moreno and Magash, top three for the pro. Hutchins leading the AM class with Yusuf and Trifonov in second and third here. As two wide into turn 7, defending the inside. Monticelli almost tries to squeeze the door closed, but Liggins was there already as they now head through turn 8. Is Monticelli going to try for the snapback? No, he's not. Monticelli slipping behind now as Liggins makes the move and moves up into 10th place. 9th place in the pro race. But Monticelli definitely going to be a driver who wants to fight back. Monticelli has been really a silent workhorse in the championship. Not a driver I see very often on the stream, but definitely consistent, finishing quite high up the grid in the previous 2 races. Very good to see. Also very interesting that Monticelli sits there. I don't see him very often, which isn't a bad thing. Not at all. I don't see him very often on the circuit, which is always interesting. But I look at the race results, and I'm like, oh, that's where Monticelli finished. Currently, he's actually running fourth, tied fourth, with Cook in the pro standings. He's currently in 11th, 10th place in the pro race. Here is with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Here is Ed Cassetta. There's going to be one more lap after this, I think. Yeah, definitely going to be one more lap after this. Ed Cassetta, your current race leader, if nothing goes hideously wrong in the next just over 2 minutes, he will be crowned your race winner. Is now with Toby Long, who's in 19th, having overtaken Will Treasure just behind. You can also see one of the McLarens there. I'm not sure what one that is. In fact, I think it might be Arnold. Now we're with Ed Cassetta, who's just come out of T3, now through T4 and T5. Here is the current race leader. Just a couple more corners now. Two more sectors. And he will be crowned the race winner today. As the timer has come out, so now drivers will be starting to finish the race as they come through the start-finish line. Now on the run down to turn 9. Turn 10, sorry, the Audi S, and now through turn 11, Husqvarna. And now the second to last corner. And now the last corner. And across the line comes Ed Cassetta to take the race win here at Zandvoort. As we're going to abandon Ed Cassetta and go into the free camera to hold and have a look. As we now watch many more drivers come through. There goes the Train Boy 2005. Ed Cassetta taking the win at today's race here at Zandvoort. There goes the Terry Liggins across the line as well. Yeah, to watch as the marshal on the start-finish line waves the flag here as cars start coming through. There goes a Pierre Moreno to come through in second place. What a race that was. And across the line there. So your standings at the end of the race. Coming through to take the win was Ed Cassetta, followed by Pierre Moreno, Eat Magash, Jurgis Scheisen. 5th was Burning, 6th was Schoblum, 7th was Hutchins, 8th was McBongus, 9th was Cook, 10th was Terry Liggins, 10th was Monticelli, 11th was Trifonov, 12th was Phillips, 13th was Rowe, 14th was Greep, 15th was Arnold, 16th was Yusuf, 17th was Vangelwu, 18th was Hoover, 19th was Trainboy 2005, 20th was Toby Long, 21st was Treasure, 22nd was Honick, 23rd was Deep Cuts, 24th was Vigers, 26th was Luxury, 27th was Alacia, and 28th was Aiken. What a race that was today. So that has been the Racing Pals race here at the circuit Zandvoort. As the smoke comes out now, I'm just going to wait and see if any of the drivers are ready to come into the interview room. We'll see. If drivers come in, so here is the classification one more time. Ed Cassetta coming through for the win, followed by Moreno, Magash, Usizen, Burning, Schoblum, Hutchins, Bungus, Cook, Liggins, Monticelli, Trifonov, Phillips, Rowe, Arnold, Vangelwu, Hoover, Trainboy 2005, Yusuf, Long, Treasure, Honick, Greep, and Deep Cuts make up your top 24. As we have Ed Cassetta join us in the commentary booth. Hello, Ed. Good race today from you, starting in second. Come through to take the win.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. I apologies to, I don't know who it was. I think it was maybe the 42. I went too wide into that second corner with somebody, and I didn't want to. So I thought I went in there extra slow to make sure we didn't collide, and then I got 2 tires in the dirt, and then the car just went straight. So, like, when it rejoined, I clipped the left rear of somebody. So apologies to that person. But yeah, worked out pretty good, pretty uneventful for the most part, except for a crazy almost wreck avoidance, like with like 10 laps to go or 7 laps to go, somewhere around there.
And you're new to ACC as well, relatively speaking. Do you think your speed from AC has almost carried over fully now?
I don't know. It's so different. I'm definitely starting to get a feeling for this car, around like what the game likes, or what feeling I need to feel in order to know where, I have a good, I'm cornering well and kind of on the edge. So it's getting there. Not, I don't think 100%, but it's pretty close.
And next race, what do you think? Do you think you're going to be fighting at the front against Dark again, fighting for the championship maybe as the season goes on?
I don't know. They're pretty far ahead, and then they have the limitation of having ballast. So, the first 2 races for me, just learning, I finished, I don't know, 10th and 6th or something like that. Or so I don't have any ballast on the car, so they're a little bit way down. I don't know. They might be too far ahead on the championship. I haven't actually looked at the points
Okay.
to see, but yep.
I think the gap was around 14, around that area, low teens at least when I read. But yeah, thank you for coming and chatting to me, Ed. Is there anything you want to say on the stream?
Thanks for hosting. It's always fun going back and looking at these and announcing, and yeah, just looking forward to seeing this league continue to grow. So
Awesome, thank you, Ed, mate. I'll drag you back up now.
Thanks.
Next, I'm going to drag in Moreno. Hello, Pierre Moreno, coming in second. Ed Cassetta getting out ahead, qualified in 11th.
Yeah, that was a bad qualifying, wasn't it? I don't know what happened. I think I'm a bit tired because I just did 24 hours of Kialami before, so I'm a bit at the end of it in terms of driving. But it turned out to be a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I think with that race result, you're gonna be ahead in the championship, but not by much. You were tied with Magash, who actually I think on the first lap got put in the pit lane, so he came all the way from the back to finish in third. I'm guessing the competition is still quite hot and will probably keep going into the next race and the race after.
Yeah, so I think there's 2 or 3 races left now. So next race, I'm going to have more ballast than him. So that's going to be tricky because if the next race is Spa, I'm just gonna watch people overtake me because the Porsche is very slow already in a straight line. So yeah, it's gonna be tricky.
Gonna be very hard from what you've been. Yeah, the next race is Spa. sorry to rain on your parade there.
Yeah, that's that's unfortunate because the Porsche's got low top speed, so plus with a 60 kilograms, so an extra passenger, is going to be really hard.
What do you think for your championship chances with Ed Cassetta gaining quite a lot of speed over the previous few weeks in ACC? Do you think he's going to be up there with you guys this season?
Yeah, I mean it was only a matter of time before he would download the skills onto ACC, really. So it's not surprising. The question is, what's it going to be once he has ballast, and if he has ballast, because so far he hasn't had any. So that's going to be cool to see, battle between 3 or 4 different people when ballast is involved.
Definitely going to be interesting. Well, I look forward to the next race. I think definitely everyone who watched the stream is going to be interested as well to see how you and Magash fight it out as well. Now with Ed Cassetta seeming to be in the mix as well. The front of the Pro Grid is looking quite compact. Is there anything you would like to add in, Doc?
No, I mean just the fact that it looks like there were quite a few incidents, so the stewards are going to have a long night tonight. So yeah, that's gonna be cool to see. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you for speaking to me, Dark. I'm going to drag you back up now. If you could be nice and drag whoever's next on the list and ready.
Magash.
Be
Yeah,
nice.
sure.
Okay,
Sure.
thank you. Okay, so we're just waiting for Magash to be thrown in. He will round off the pro grid. And then we'll get with the AM grid of Hutchins, Trifford, and Phillips. He's around. Hello, Magash, who's just been dragged into my room. Are you there?
Yes, good day. Good day. Bit of surprise.
So, well, I'll start off with, I think, the question that quite a lot of people are asking. Qualified in first and then went back to the pit lane. What happened?
Oh, I felt like a rest, It had been such a tough qualifying, so I don't know. Just had to, take a quick nap. No, I noticed I had forgotten to get some water, and it was really hot. So, and then my timing was off, as you can tell.
Even then, though, recovery drive from the pit lane up to third place in the end. Not too far between you and Moreno. He's, I think, with that race result, going to be ahead in the championship, but not by a lot. Do you think you can catch up to him?
I don't know. It's quite. Guess we'll find out. I mean, he's for sure faster than me. So, but with the ballast system, I guess we'll find out in the end. But my strategy to lose the ballast has worked out 100%. So, pretty happy with that.
And the next race being Spa, quite a popular track in ACC. Have you already got in some practice there in the McLaren that you drive, or is it going to be a new challenge for you to undertake over, I think, the week or two before the next race?
Yeah, I've driven it a bit. Well, quite a lot. I'm terrible at it, so I guess we'll find out how that goes.
And I've asked Darkness as well. Ed Cassetta, it seems the skills have moved over into ACC. Are you worried he might take the top spot or second place off of you or Moreno?
Worried. Yeah, kind of. It keeps me up at night, man. It's really tough. Really tough. No, I don't know. We'll find out as well. Also, potential candidate to take some ballast off me, so pretty happy about that as well.
What is it? A car lightning strategy by any chance?
Yeah, well, it was really tough because I don't know. Yeah, I found it very difficult to drive with the ballast. So,
well,
I don't know.
Hopefully, with the less ballast at the next race, you'll be able to start the race from the grid, and also hopefully finish ahead of Moreno. Keep the championship fight very interesting. Thank you for coming and talking to me, Magash. Is there anything else you would like to say?
Yes, if I may, I would like to say a quick thank you to Dark and McBongus for organizing this, because it's pretty awesome. Great community, and to yourself for making these awesome videos about it. Really, really cool. Really nice to be a part of that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Magash. I'll drag you up now, mate. It's been nice talking to you.
Likewise. Bye.
Who's next? Options about? Nope. So I'll bring it in. Who's next? Okay. Hello, Trifonov. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep. Let me just quickly turn you up because you're quite quiet for me. Oh, I'm going to have to turn Discord up itself. One moment, please. There we go. That should be better.
Cool.
Yeah, that's better.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. So, overall, I think you came out second in the AM race tonight in the Lexus, which I don't see very much of on the grid. How did your race go?
It was really fun. That's my best race by far, and I spent the second entire half basically by myself, like 10 seconds behind and 10 seconds a couple of blue flagged cars. But the first half was wheel to wheel the whole time, which was super fun. Managed to pull off a bit of an overcut in the pits and took a couple of positions. Yeah, super fun.
and kind of away second. I think you're currently in tied 13th in the AM category. Well, with your performance tonight, I'm expecting you'll be moving up the standings. I think you'll want to do over the final 3 races.
Finish. Yeah. We'll see if I can keep that up. Kind of doubtful. This is probably my best track.
Well, next race is at Spa. Have you managed to get any laps in there?
Not many. Not as many as probably most. So it'll be a busy couple weeks.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming and talk to me. Is there anything you'd like to say to the stream?
Oh, how's it going? Hello, everyone. Hi, Mom.
Mom, I'm famous.
Yeah, exactly. I'm famous now.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Trifonov. I'll drag you back up now.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
So that was Trifonov finishing in second for the AM standings. How's my room disappeared? No, it's not. There it is. So we're going to get in Rob Phillips as well, finishing in third. Here he comes. Hello, Rob, are you there?
Hello.
So coming through in third place in the AM standings. How was the race from your perspective?
I got a podium, did I? I didn't even realise.
Yeah, 2 championships, isn't it? Split between Pro and AM.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I got a slight love tap up the rear at turn 1, so span there. A little bit of damage from that, and then obviously trying to regain positions. I had a bit of a spin later on, but no, that was a really good race. Really good race.
And was this the first race? I'm not 100% sure. So
yes, it was.
So first race coming through in third in the AM standings. Next round at Spa. What do you think what do you think you're going to be like around Spa itself?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. We got into the practice session, and that was the first session racing line was off. I know Spa pretty well, so hopefully push for a win, really, to be honest with you.
And there's, I think, 3 races left in the championship. Are you hoping to finish up towards the top mid of the AM standings?
Yeah, I hope so. Just climb up as high as possible and get the gist for this new league of mine, to be honest.
And then as well, there's always next season to come in from the beginning and push as hard as you can and get as far up the grid as possible as well, isn't there?
Oh yes, that is for sure.
Okay. Is there any moments from the race that you want to talk about? Because you're sort of a bit quiet on the stream front, but you were making moves up the grid. I was just never there at the right time.
Yeah, there's a few very sketchy moments. Can't talk too much, obviously, with stewards and stuff. But no, it was really good. I got some really good passes on, bit of side-by-side action through last corners and chicanes. It was really, really good battles with the majority of the drivers today, and really enjoyed it.
Awesome. Thank you for coming and talking to me. Rob, is there anything you'd like to say to the stream?
I just want to say hello and hello to everyone, and I'll be here every other week showing you how not to drive.
Wait, that's my job. Okay, thank you for coming and talking to me, mate. I'll drag you back up now.
Thank you for giving me the chance, mate. I appreciate it.
There you go. Thank you, and goodbye. So that was Rob Phillips rounding off the AM grid. I have been Husky. From me and everyone at Racing Pals, we will see you for the next race at Spa at night as well. It's definitely going to be a race to put in the calendar, in the diary. Make sure you're there. Same time as this stream. It's going to be one big race around a circuit with a lot of heritage, a lot of character, and a lot of skill required to get the car around fast and safely, especially while battling. I've been Husky. From me and everyone at Racing Pals, goodbye.